Okay. So, you guys are welcome to morning shower today.
Yes, how we can hear you.
Okay. Please kindly help me to. So it's more of continuation of where we stopped yesterday. So yesterday was Monday, today is Tuesday. It's just more of continuation. So market is still playing along with what we are anticipating. So there's nothing yet that is still changed in the market. So now yesterday we looked at dollar index, and we were looking for possibility of dollar index pushing higher to clear this liquidity pool here. So those yesterday would know what we were looking out for. So now looking at this morning, so yesterday we talked about in a scenario whereby we could see dollar index. We talked about in a scenario whereby we could see dollar index coming back to retest this area of order block here. We want to see it come back to retest this order block here before we see price going higher. So now unfortunately the price actually retraced yesterday. So let's go down to lower time frame. Let's go to 1 hour. So see the price retraced yesterday. Yeah, it retraced yesterday then, but it could not get to our area of interest. It could not get to our area of interest, but we could see that price actually took out liquidity, then broke structure. So later on in the night, I think when I was trying to look at what happened actually in the market, then I saw this area. I think is it on 30 minutes? Yeah. Yes, I think it's on 30 minutes. So I saw this price actually retested this other block, moved away from it. Then there's a possibility of price coming back here to retest again around 1 point, well, around 95 150, then before it should continue going higher. So now my primary objective here is to see price come back to this area. I want to see price come back to this region around 95 800. So I'm looking at a scenario whereby price comes back to that region now. So just like I said yesterday, I said my direction for dollar index for this week is bullish. So now price has actually set. So now I don't actually like this low because I'm kind of a little bit skeptical about it, because there's a tendency whereby price might likely drop tomorrow. Price might likely drop tomorrow to clear this both liquidity and come back to retest this region here. So we should anticipate that. There is a possibility that now. So now what really happened at night here is what I was expecting to happen this morning. So I was expecting it that by this morning we should have a kind of, the market should be something kind of consolidate all throughout the night, and probably this morning during London Q zone we should expect the market dropping into this region, thereby giving us this bullish this thing. So since it has already occurred already, so it's not a big deal, we just play along with it. So we have a break of structure here. So this is very, very easy. So all we just do now is just to wait for the retracement. We're just waiting for retracement. So we are waiting for price to do fill up this, at least come down into what discount area, then we look for opportunity to buy on 5 minutes. So we're just waiting for this to do what, to come back down. So we're waiting for it to come back to somewhere around 95.250. So somewhere around 95.250 would be a good region to do what, to go long on dollar index. So now we'll be waiting patiently by 9 a.m. GMT plus 1 to see what I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Voice left.
Can you guys hear me now? Can you people hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So just like I was saying before the interruption, so I mean we'll be looking at what happens around 95.250. So we're waiting for price to come back around 95.250. So this is not a very good strong setup, because I would have loved what happened here to happen during the London section. So nevertheless, we would look at how this market plays out. So around 95.250 is a good region for us to anticipate a boost to come into the market. So therefore, if we can see a boost coming into this market, so what it intends is that we'll be longing this market. We'll be longing this market from this region to this region. So this is what I'm looking out for on this. So this is what I'm looking out for this. So I said there is a possible scenario by tomorrow market should do what? Come back to clear this. So there's a possibility to that. So let's not underestimate that. So owing to the fact now, so now look at daily time frame also now. So you see, we still managed to close bullish yesterday despite the less volatility. So now if you look at the previous day already, we have covered more than 50% of it. So the only way is now up. So we just need to continue going up. So they just need to look for a way to do what? To stabilize dollar index to continue going higher. So now let's look at Euro USD GBP and likely go to see what we anticipating there. So now yesterday on Euro USD, we were anticipating price to come back to around 1.37,000. We are anticipating price to come back to somewhere around this region for us to be able to have a short entry. So unfortunately price could not get towards our region, then it dropped aggressively. So now there was no I was just monitoring this price yesterday. There was no entry completely yesterday. You know that yesterday was mostly holiday in the US. So the market was just consolidating. So this morning now, I was hoping to see if the market could trade higher, possibly taking out previous days high. So I wanted to see a scenario whereby the market pushes higher. This was what I was anticipating. I wanted this market to push higher, to run back into this region, probably 1.37,000, 1.3700, then thereby giving us what? A short entry before dropping. So yeah, but the market is still doing the same. It's still consolidating. So it's just more like, okay, it just went down and ran out yesterday's low. So let's look at daily time frame a bit before we come back to that point now. So now, just like I told you guys, we are expecting this market to fall freely. I'm expecting GPS to fall freely to around 1.33200. So this is basically what I'm looking out for GPS. I told you guys yesterday. So now, looking at this now on daily time frame, yesterday's candle closed very well. So today's candle already retested yesterday's candle. So only thing we should be looking out for now is opportunity to short. So now, how do we get an entry now? That should be the key question now. So where do we short this PNM? So naturally for me, if since the market has already broken structure to the downside, so I'll be looking at around 1.36500 as an area to sell. So I'll be looking at 1.36500 as a good area to sell. So I'll be going short on around 1.36500, thereby having a stop loss above this high. I'll be having a stop loss above this side, which is 10 pips. So 1.36500 is my short entry here. So I'll be selling at around 1.36500, just a 10 pip stop loss. So let's see how it goes. So if I get a short entry there, then where will I be looking to take my profit? My first profit will be at this region here. So I'll be looking at price coming down to this region to clear this liquidity. So we have equal lows here. So I'm looking at price coming back from 1.36500. Okay, hope you guys are with me. So I'm looking at price coming back to there, then coming back toward clear this liquidity. So this is more like 1:2. So yeah, definitely we know it's going to be a long swing. So but definitely I'm giving you guys your short target for the men. And so you know, sometimes when you guys try to go trade for a long period, I told you guys this is January, the institutions are yet to come into the market fully. So you just need to look forward nearest areas to take out and also do what, take your profit. So you can actually go down to here, but primary for me, if I get a good entry here around 1.36500, I'll be looking to get out of the trade around, I'll be taking my first profit around 1.36200. So that is just it for GBP USD. Nothing to say much here. Everything is still playing in line with what we discussed yesterday. So let's look at Euro USD. So you guys should just let's look at Euro USD. Okay. So now looking at Euro USD also. So yesterday we were anticipating the market to come back around 1.14650. Expecting the market to come back around 1.14650. So now the market came back. So we actually talked about 1.14500, 1.14650. So as a key region where we'll be looking at the market to do what, to come back to give us what, a short entry. So now unfortunately the market did not come back to that region. The market just did what, came back to 1.14345 and did what, dropped aggressively. So now lately at night when I was looking at this, so I already know that I have some kind of consolidation all throughout yesterday. So now what was I anticipating? I was anticipating this market to come back to hit this area of 1.14500. This is basically what I was just looking out for. So now but we see the price already has done what, has dropped aggressively to do what, clear out previous days low. They have cleared previous days low. So let's look at daily chart briefly. Let's look at daily chart. So now looking at daily chart now, I think this should be a primary concern to us. We have a region here which can likely hold price and push price up higher. Then aside that now, if you look at the candle combination, is not, yesterday's candle is not kind of encouraging at all. So basically for me now, I would prefer to stay out of Euro USD to understand what the market is doing. So I prefer to stay out of Euro USD to see what the market is doing. So basically on Euro USD, I'm still looking at what the market is doing. So basically because the market is more like still consolidating. Yeah, though previous days low has been pushed, but the market is still consolidating. And aside that we have key news coming out on Euro this morning. So we have news coming back by 11. So I would definitely want to see this news come out first. Then probably during New York session we'll see what Euro USD has to give to us. So now let's briefly look at gold, then we can actually entertain two questions. Then wow. So yesterday on gold we talked about we were anticipating price to come back to 1823. So price came back exactly at 1823, give us a short entry. We got out. So I'm not still on this trade actually. So why price came back to 1823, we took a short entry. We anticipating to have, we had a stop loss here 35 pip. So now why this trade was running, when it came back here, I think I engaged again another position. So I was on this trade all through. Then later on I think I broke even, then I got stopped out before this major move. So it's all good, it happens. So now, what am I expecting on gold? So my objective on gold, just like I told you guys, I'm anticipating gold to fall freely to 1808. So I'm expecting gold to fall freely to 1808. So how am I going to engage gold now? So how am I going to engage gold now? So since this low has been broken, so if I can see a retracement back to this region, if I can see a retracement back to this region, I'll be looking for opportunity to short somewhere around this region. So this is where I'll be looking for opportunity to short gold around this region. So around 1820 is a good area to short gold. So I'll be looking for opportunity to short gold around this region. So I'll be waiting patiently during New York Q zone. I'll be waiting patiently during New York Q zone to see if an entry can come somewhere around 1820, 1821. So that's basically what I'll be looking out for gold. So if I can get an entry, so I'll be swinging it all through to clear out this liquidity resting here. We have liquidity resting here, so I'll be looking at opportunity whereby gold will come back to clear that liquidity. So that's basically what I'm looking out for here on gold also. So if you